Hey all, we're back. I'm going to set the wings up. I've already glued the outer right wing panel to the center section. Anyway, I'm sorry, but I'm fighting a cold, so you'll probably hear me coughing or clearing my throat now and again. I apologize for that, but it is what it is. All right, so outer wing panels, and I get asked infrequently, but occasionally, how to set this up. The plan says 1 9/16 dihedral at the wingtip. So, take a length of dowel of a suitable size, something less than that 1 9/16, and then we're going to roll it in until we hit 1 9/16 if we're going to use. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and use their die. Actually, I'm going to 1.5 inches, which is the 16th less than what they're calling out. So we're at 1.5 inches on the wingtip as we measure this out. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. There you go. Hopefully that's catching us. Right. And, so what you want to do is just get that center wing section flat. Right. Make sure you have enough room. And we were into the second frame here, the second opening in from the wingtip. And then you want to kind of, present this together. Make sure you've got a nice flat and even surfaces on both sides. You want this nice and flat. What did I do with my... Here it is. So you're just going to double check. Nice and flat mating surface there. You don't want to change the angle. You don't want to do anything wrong. And you just want to make sure these are both, where they need to be. Straight and flat. And even with the rib, both the leading and trailing edges in line with that wing rib, and that gives you a nice, flush joint. So we're going to try and lay this up here at the right height, 1 9/16. Bring the ruler over. And just check the dihedral. Now we're a little high on this side, so we're going to roll that back to 1.5 inches, not 1 9/16. A little bit in. That puts us right where we need to be at 1.5 inches. I'm going to line this up this way, just so I know that I'm getting straight and square here. Right, I use the 1-inch grid, the lofting table, to try and keep everything square and straight. All right, make sure we're pressing everything flat. Double check the measurement. Gosh, it's hard to see that. Happened to get a little splash of glue at some point right there, but that looks like where we need to be. So I'm going to hold this panel here, pull this aside, and just throw a little glue on this guy. This is glue, strong stuff. Not so much that it's going to run down onto the table and glue the wing to the tabletop, but enough to hold us while it sets up in the meantime. Let's take a quick run across there just to make sure there's nothing running down onto the table and ruining our lives for the next 30 or 40 minutes. All right, we're going to keep that right there. Make sure we're straight here. And we're coming in nice and even. Attach the wing right there. Double check the measurement. We should be dead on. 1.5 inches. So this is how, anyway, this is how I tend to do these. Use a length of dowel, something less than your net total wingtip dihedral, roll it in and out to get to your mark. You know, you can pin this stuff down if you feel better about pinning things. There's really no need. The purpose of pinning something is to make it flat, and hand pressure can do that in this case for as long as it takes super glue to cure, which isn't long. And then we'll just come back here and run a bead into this gap filling super glue. You know what I'm saying? Get that in there a little bit. We should have proper dihedral on both sides, even and identical dihedral. The ring should be flat and square. No twists. Okay. And remember, we're still going to be slathering on the filler and sanding on this wing to get it ready, almost to full paint prep before I start applying the cowlings to it. Those can't go on until this is perfect as far as finish and ready for paint. Because as you can see, I mean, these are smooth and ready for paint. What I need to do is get them onto the airplane, finish the seams where they join on the edges and where they join to the wing, top and bottom, and then clean those edges, and then apply the bead of white glue around the joint where it goes onto the wing. Nice clean bead of white glue there. And then overall we throw the sand and seal over everything again, and we'll test fit the cowling, and we'll be test fitting the motors. And as it turns out, I do still need to build up the engine nacelle skeletons, the two balsa structures that hold these up and fix them in the right positions to each other. So a little bit more balsa fabrication to do. And then once those nacelle skeletons are in place and we're ready to start buttoning them up with the plastic, we'll be easing in toward the final phase of construction. We still have to put the fairings on, the wing root fairings and the tail, the fairings that swing between the horizontal stabilizer and vertical fin. Those have to be cut from plastic and from the sheeting and applied to the airplane. I'm sure they'll need a bit of filler and a bit of adjustment, cutting and so forth. We've got the wing done here as far as this goes. If you want, we can take a look at it on the airplane. I did notch it just slightly, as it was and is a bit long. Here so we tuck in, this rib runs along the center line, so we just make sure it's centered along with the center keel of the airplane. Make sure we're dropping that into the right spot. There it is. Oops. I'm bashing this now against everything. That's par for the course. And that's about how the wing's going to be configured. Alright. Looks like a pretty good job of on the dihedral, I think. Might be a little bit much. I probably could have gone another 1/8 of an inch less on the dihedral and been fine. But we're going to go with the plan on this one. And just do it that way. I think it's fine. Plan dihedral. Okay. So I'm going to reinforce this glue joint on both sides with white glue. And that's just for my own confidence in the durability of these bonds. I'm going to be swinging this thing around quite a bit in here, trying to get it finished on both sides, and I don't want to knock it, loose at all. How are we doing on this? Feels like there's still a clog in there. There it goes. Okay, man. It's not quite enough. Let's see if we can figure out what's happening with this. Whipper capper. Okay, there it is. Just a little bit. Oh, well, I checked it, didn't it? I think I broke it loose. I think I did. Gosh darn it. Yep, I sure did. Well, don't do that. Oh, that's just, that's irritating. All right. Let's try this again. Well, you see something new every day. That was unfortunate. But things happen. And that's why I like to reinforce it with the white glue. See what I'm saying? See how I did that? Alright, let's get this right again. Let's see where we're at on this dihedral now. Inch and a half. Right there. Okay, let's do this again. That was rude. I didn't care for that at all. Inch and a half. Okay, I'm not going to do that again. Nice at it. Hopefully. Oh, man. Alright, well, I didn't say a dirty word, so kudos to me. I sure felt like doing it. I'll have to review the tape and just make sure I didn't. Maybe I did. Okay, let's get that in there. Alright, well, you know, things happen, like I said. Dropped it right on that wing upside down. Huh. I don't think I've ever done that before. So sandpaper and filler is your friend. Super glue, white glue, plastic cement. All of these things are wonderful and helpful. Oh, we just really did a number on that. We got a loose infiller here. Shake it out. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to do that again. So, what's my thing? Be mindful. Watch what you're doing. Take your time. Work slow and careful. That is wiggling around crazy. Like it doesn't want to care. Oh. Hit him again. All right. Some people might say that needed to happen. Wasn't a very good joint. Mm-hmm. All right. It looks fine. And again, we're going to be sanding and filling on this and dialing that joint in as good as we can. I think we'll be all right. Okay. That's pretty good. All right. Really does not want to care. That's funny. Should have. Good. Okay.